decent.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 49 Invincibles podcast with my people, Zuhum and Callum, yet again, third week in a row. I'm loving this, by the way. I'm loving doing these shows with these guys. Absolutely amazing. Today's topics, or this week's topics, a lot of different topics emerging in the last few hours. You're getting terminated. Martin Ødegaard, is he worth it? Is he good enough to join Arsenal? The Southampton and Arsenal preview, and of course, Matthew, and for Arsenal, like 4 or 5 hours ago, you're going to be covering that as the first topic. And Zuhum, how are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you guys? I'm chilling. I'm just really enjoying the positive period that we're in right now. It's there's a lot to be smiling about rather than complaining about, I think. So yeah, good to be here. It's a nice time to do the episode.
Yeah. Callum, Mr. Positive, how are you?
No, I'm good. Like you said, it's been a happy time for the club lately. Yeah, I mean, it's good times. You know, we're getting rid of all that crap, and we're getting some players in, maybe, I mean, to cover, and we're sorting out the problems in the club slowly but surely. So I'm happy for once. Happy.
Awesome. So I was on Twitter like at I don't know, maybe 1 p.m. UK time or something, and I kind of logged out. No news had come out. I was just expecting Martin Ødegaard to be announced maybe January 31st or something, and then I logged back in after 2 hours, and we've signed a new goalkeeper, and he's already training. I think this is the first time in a while where Arsenal have kept something secret, like transfer news especially. It's always out there within like a day of us targeting someone, and it's a very good buy for us. I've seen already people complaining about this buys where you're buying a goalkeeper from Brighton and is not playing these days, but I'm happy with this signing. So Matthew Ryan, do you know anything about him? Have you seen him play?
Nah, I just remember there were some games where he played really well against us specifically. I mean, we haven't had much joy against Brighton, and I remember him coming up in a couple of saves of the week segments, or highlights of the game week. So that's all I really remember him for. But at the same time, I think it's a smart buy, or a smart deal rather, because he's Premier League proven. He's coming to be backup. It's okay. It's better. It just says a lot about Alex Renarson, in my opinion. He's just completely not ready for the Premier League, and they're going to have to send him out on loan. So maybe there's a lot to be happy about because of like the direction we're taking, but at the same time, we've seen some mistakes under this particular regime with the Willian deal, with now the Alex Renarson deal, and they went and got him through the referral of our goalkeeping coach Inaki William. What's his name? Inaki. And it's ridiculous, but at the same time, at least they're learning. It's interesting because what does that say about our near signings? We'll see. So yeah.
Callum, I mean, you have to feel bad for Renarson. Would you have given him like a couple of more games, or have you seen enough of him?
No. He's rubbish. He's not ready for the Championship, let alone the Premiership.
Yeah. He's
crap. He is crap. Seriously, he's 25 years old. You meant to be in the prime of your career as a keeper, around them ages. You know what I mean? And he's crap. I don't know, obviously, about this Matt Ryan. Obviously, he's Premier League proven, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, he could be a good backup, but we don't know. He could be pony as well. That's why I need to watch him play, because he could be even worse. Yeah, I've been hearing stats. I don't know if they're rumors. The stats here and there, like other YouTubers have been saying, that like he's got worse stats than Renarson. I don't know if that's true. I haven't really looked into it, but we'll see how he is. Hopefully he's a good, consistent keeper. You know what I mean? And he can, do a job when Leno's not playing.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has worse stats, probably because he has played more games than Renarson. But I know a few things about Matt Ryan. He was my FPL goalkeeper for 2 straight seasons. That is almost 70 games. So I used to watch Brighton every single time to see his performances. He's been their goalkeeper since they got promoted. And all those games where we never used to beat Brighton until this season, he did used to make some saves against us, as Uma said. And he's a very good shot stopper. In fact, I put him up there with Leno and the Dallows of Newcastle and Dubravka, those short stoppers. I don't know if he's good with his feet or anything like that, but short stopping for me is one of the best. Again, he wasn't dropped out of Brighton because he's a poor goalkeeper or he made mistakes. It's just because he wanted the new adventure, and Brighton also wanted to give their second choice goalkeeper a chance or something like that. So for me, he's a very good goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper. I mean, we say backup goalkeeper, but if you look at that screen zoom, Callum, Leno looks a bit wide, He looks a bit wide in the background. He's like, oh no, this guy is here to take my this guy is here to take my position. This guy is literally here to take my position, and he's very, very wide. So for me, he's a very good goalkeeper. Second choice goalkeeper, okay with it. So would you have given Renarson any more opportunities or done with him?
No, I don't think I would have given him more of an opportunity. I mean, it's a good thing that at least our coaching staff realized that themselves, They worked based on a recommendation kind of system because of their goalkeeping coach who worked with him in his previous stages of his career. But at the same time, I had him at my FPL as well, and up until he started getting benched, that's when I started taking him off. So I know he can fill in. I mean, certainly he was a bit of a shot stopper, but Renarson, I just don't think he's going to come back at all, to be honest. I think that's going to be a mistake that we need to scrap off, like Callum said. I mean, yeah, I don't know if he's bad enough for the championship level, but certainly he's not good enough for the Premier League level, or at least nowhere near ready. So no, it's a smart deal, and I really like how they got it out of the way so quickly. I think he spoke about it in his interview. He said it was really quick, about a week, and it was done. Like it didn't take that long for things to eventuate, as he said it himself. But I think I like that. It's pleasant, but I think you can't really avoid that with some of the bigger names, like Martin Ødegaard. That's not going to happen with him. Of course, people are going to speak about him because he's supposed to be a class player. He's supposed to be a very technically gifted player. So, but yeah, anyway, we'll see how it turns out. But I'm very much on the fence, like Callum, because we don't want to sign anyone and get hyped, and then it turns out they needed time to adapt, or maybe they weren't the right fit for the coaching staff, or something like that. For example, we can't really speak of Matt Ryan's passing ability. I just know he's part of a good passing team. Doesn't necessarily mean he's the right fit. So we'll see.
So, Callum, what do you do now with the goalkeeping coach? Because it's just like he suggested Arsenal signs Renarson, and it hasn't worked out after like 3 games only. So, do you get rid of him too, or do you give him another chance again?
I think the goalkeeping coach and Renarson are their family or something, isn't it? He's done him a favour. You know what I mean? He's lied to the Arsenal, said, "Oh, he's a good player. He's go get him. He's their family." Like I was saying, I wouldn't get rid of him because of how good Leno's been. It has to be. Do you know what I mean? Leno's got better. You know what I mean? He has got better with his shot stopping. He's done real, and especially, and then I think his kicking's getting a bit better. Leno, a little bit better for me anyway. I see his kick. So obviously the goalkeeping coach is doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't get rid of him. I'll keep him in until he does something stupid like that again, and then get him out. Do you know what I mean? I'll keep him.
Callum living up to his name, Mr. Positive. So, so you need to see more of him. Of course, I was right. Glenn would play every single game. I was starting to get right. Europa League, FA Cup. So, We'll come to the Southampton Arsenal game, but would you give him both of those competitions though?
Yeah, I think it boosts competition, in my opinion. Is that what you asked? I think.
Like, no, like, would you give him both competitions, the Europa League and the FA Cup?
No, I wouldn't give him both competitions. I mean, it's so. Remember how quick it was for his injury to happen from out of nothing. You know, it's a big risk having to go through that. And luckily enough, we had someone like Emi Martinez. He put in the kind of performances that suit us. So that's how worried we were being without Leno. Now, I think in terms of competitions, Matt Ryan has come here on loan. I think he should also be given a fair chance of proving himself. Arteta spoke about meritocracy, right, in his first speech at our club. You know, talking about the non-negotiables and people being accountable and like stuff like that. So I think because of that, people still should get enough game time, and I think that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, I keep trying to go to the Martin Ødegaard deal because I really want to talk about him. But just for example, going into the Ødegaard deal, you know, if we put in an offer to him, he would have to be told and guaranteed that he would start games for sure, no matter what. You get what I mean? So I think the same thing with Matt Ryan, but at the same time, you know, it's a goalkeeping situation, so he must have some sort of agreement that maybe he'll get cup games. So we might even see him in action this Saturday, actually tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll come to Ødegaard, don't worry. But Matt Ryan, so are you happy with that signing, Carlo?
I don't know yet. I've got to see him play.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I'm not
surely
getting
better
ahead
than
of myself
Runners
anymore. Well, anyone's better than him. Put me in goal and I'm better than him. Jesus Christ.
I still believe he cost us that competition, that Carabao Cup match. But hey, Matthew Ryan has signed for Arsenal. Can't wait to see him, and I think he'll play tomorrow. As Zoom suggests, I think he'll actually play tomorrow. The topics that we were supposed to talk about today, the one we were supposed to start with was Sokratis leaving Arsenal. The last 2 weeks we've talked about him leaving, the likes of Mustafi and the likes of Shaq, and Sokratis has finally gone. Callum, I'll start with you. Was he one of the top 3 players you wanted out?
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of them come top 3. They all scratch together in them numbers. Do you know what I mean? A load of them, because we're getting rid of the crap. And that's making me happy, because this is what I've been saying for years. I've been saying, like, to people, our family, whatever, I'm saying, get rid of this shit in our... Sorry for the French, but get rid of this rubbish in the club, yeah? Because they are pony. You know what I mean? We bought him from Dortmund, and I was quite gassed and happy when we got him. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought he was quite a decent player. I actually followed Dortmund, you know what I mean, back then. So I thought he was a decent player, but Jesus. He's not as bad as the ones I want, the other players that actually play for us, but I'm happy. Gone off the wage bill. Do you know what I mean? We can start, you know, just trimming this squad down. Trimming it. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, so when he signed from the Bundesliga, I was quite happy. I was like, this is a beast of a defender. His name itself scares away the strikers. He's played with Aubameyang before. He's played with Mkhitaryan before. I was like, this is the guy. He has 2 people already he understands in the team. Big defender, exactly what you need next to Koscielny, but it just didn't work out at all.
Yeah, I think I was also quite appeased by that signing, to be honest. I was quite happy with him because of all those attributes that you were extensively mentioning. But at the same time, you know, for example, I don't think he made as many calamitous mistakes as Shkodran Mustafi. So I don't think he should have been like the first center back to leave, in my opinion. But at the same time, you know, we get news. I mean, we all know the rumors that the coaching staff didn't like him because he wasn't as good on the ball, or at least not at the level that they would have liked. So I mean, it's the same thing that happened to Joe Hart, for example, when the Pep Guardiola coaching staff came in. So I think it's mostly down to his ability that he was left out of the squad. And I think, to be fair, I know Mustafi is a bit of a mess. You know, he's a bit of a calamity. He does have he sometimes does have good passes. So maybe that's why he got to stay on.
Yeah.
And apparently, I don't think he's gonna like. There's no guarantee that he's leaving
Mm.
in the summer. There's no guarantee that Arteta's definitely gonna try and get him out. There's nothing like that. It could go either
Yeah.
way. So that's quite scary. But
Mhm.
Sokratis, I think he's been a model professional, man. He's been such a great guy. You haven't seen any rumors or high profile comments coming in from him. So I have to give the guy respect. He played for the club. He played really well. He was part of us winning trophies. So we have to give him the respect of giving us, that kind of joy. So um, it's good that he's gone, mostly because he clears up space.
Mm.
That should tell you all I really think about his career at Arsenal. It's thank you, but yeah, at the end of the day, we needed space, so off you go, man.
Callum, will you remember Sokratis in the next 30 years as an Arsenal player?
Nope. He's already gone out my mind, really. Yeah, I forgot about him. When you sent me
Yeah.
you sent me the topics, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking of the moment Sokratis had through his Arsenal career. I've forgotten.
Mhm.
He's not that deep. He's not one of them players that you would ever remember. Really, he's just a big Greek guy that can't pass the ball and likes
Long
to smash
name.
people once in a while. Or with a
Yeah.
Papadopoulos.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to practice that, but Papadopoulos,
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Murdering
I
him,
wouldn't.
man.
I wouldn't keep that in my mind after he's already left, man. I wouldn't try and keep that in my mind. But he did have a couple of good moments. Zoom, do you have any good moments that Sokratis had at Arsenal?
Yeah, bro. I mean, he scored the goal against Manchester United. When we beat them 2-0 when they had OGS and we just signed with Arteta. I think we lost the game before that, and that was Chelsea 2-1 at the Emirates with that Bernd Leno
Yeah,
mistake. And it was
the
quite
last game of the
disappointing.
year.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that we won against Manchester United, that was great. And yeah, he scored the second goal, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's about as far as I go. But yeah.
I mean, Callum, no moment, no special moment from Sokratis, even a mistake, whatever.
He's just, I don't know. I can't really think of it because I don't really care. He was just one of them players. It was just, I don't really, you know what I mean? He was bad, but he wasn't as bad as the others.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like good. So he doesn't stay in my mind. You know what I mean? He's just one of them. He's one of them players. So
I remember one as well. He clattered Harry Kane in the North
stood
London
over
derby.
him. Stood over
Yeah,
him.
stood over him with his hands
Now
up like that.
yeah,
It was
now
really
you're
fun.
saying,
Yeah. And I really enjoyed that moment. I was pumped.
How we've fallen off. Henry classic goals, Vieira punching Kane to him standing above Kane. That's his legendary moment at Arsenal. Really.
Yeah, bro. Anything.
I mean, I've put that picture on screen because that was one of his last best moments at Arsenal, scoring that goal against Portsmouth in the FA Cup last season. That was a good goal on our way to winning another FA Cup title. So things like that, small things like that, good game. But yeah, maybe that's his level, unfortunately. So, Callum, do you think if Emery stayed at Arsenal, Sokratis would have stayed?
Probably, because he liked that type of defender. Arteta likes ball playing centre backs, and he's not a ball playing centre back really. Even like you said about Mustafi, he's more of a ball playing centre back than Sokratis is. Sokratis is more what type of player that he reads the game a bit better than Mustafi, and he wins them tackles. He loves them sliding tackles, man. He loves it, and it comes up and he's like, oh, you know what I mean, one of them ones. So yeah, that's why he's gone because Arteta and Emery would have kept him. He likes it. Yeah.
I mean, I think Mustafi reminds me. He's like our version of Nicolas Otamendi from Man City.
Yeah,
he is
as well.
Yeah. So it's like Arteta realized, it didn't work for Pep. We're gonna. I just hope we don't renew his contract. So hopefully we'll see.
Another one that I really feel bad for, like, as you said, Zoom, he has that commitment, he has that fight. Whenever he hears stories about him, he's like an El Neni, but I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. So yourself, will you remember him in the next 30 years?
Nah, for sure not. I mean, guys, some of the older generation guys, they try and remind us, oh, Lee Dixon times and whatnot. Those are the names you remember. Seagon's gonna die out. You get what I mean? Senderos,
Yeah.
Joru, Andre Santos. Those
Senderos,
names are gonna die off. Yeah, they don't remind us of these kind of
Senderos,
players, bro.
Senderos will never die off. Believe me. He was one of those guys that you'll always remember. And you're having nightmares at least twice a month. You have to dream about Senderos. So Senderos
That's
is.
funny, man.
Yeah, Giroud, you might forget about him, but the moment you remember Giroud, you remember Giroud. So I think it works out. So this is not one of the only buy I've made in the recent years that has been terrible. I don't know if you guys saw this tweet from Charles Watts the other day, talking about the poor business we've been making in the last how many years?
3.
2-3 years. We let
Yeah.
Ramsey go on a free. We let Sanchez go on a free. Ozil, Cazorla, Wilshere, Sokratis, Mustafi, Mkhitaryan, Welbeck. 190 million spent, 0 received. Honestly, Callum, from those players, how much did you value each of those players at the time they were leaving?
Well, Sanchez, we got an offer for City for him from 50 million. We should have got rid of him. He was worth more than that, I think. If he had a bit more a few years on his contract, he would be worth, I think, 100 million. He was so good at that time. Ramsey's a 50 million, 40 million player. Ozil, in his prime, probably around the same, 50 million. Obviously, again, 0. I'm joking. But Cazorla, he was worth 40 million because he was so good. Even when he was a bit old, like 29 or whatever. I don't know when he left about 30, when he's 31. Even then, he'd be worth 25 million. He was so good. Wilshere around the same. Sokratis, around the 20 million. Do you know what I mean? They all would bring in a good lump sum of money. We won't get the full amount that we paid for most of these players, but we'll get a lot of it back. Do you know what I mean? But it's just a poor business from the board that are still here. Just remember, But hopefully, Dan, they found out their mistakes. Fair enough, we've lost a lot of money over the years, but now we get rid of all the crap and start again. And start buying players that we eventually down the line we can invest in. You know what I mean? And sell them off for money, because that's what has to happen. That's what happens in clubs. They buy the players young, and then eventually they're worth profit in the future. Do you know what I mean? And we got to do that. We got to start being one of them clubs and start earning money, because it's ridiculous now, I think.
I mean, Zoom, it has to be a concerning matter. If Chelsea are on the verge of getting a few bucks for Drinkwater, someone who's never played for them, United got around 22 million pounds for Smalling, someone who was out of the team completely. If they sell Mata today, they'll get something. Chelsea are about to get something for Bakayoko from Napoli. Moses is still a Chelsea player. They'll get something for him. Why can't Arsenal get money for all these players? It's not 1 or 2. It's like 10, 15 players who are living on a free. The one that really frustrated me was Mkhitaryan. We couldn't even get 2 million for him.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason. I'm finding positives in the way that the club's being run now, because it's like they finally realized that the way they allowed Unai Emery and Don Raul and them lot to run the business, run the club, was very, very poor. Ivan Gazidis got an offer. He jumped ship as soon as he could, left the power vacuum, and it was all kinds of. It was a bit of a mess. Sven Mislintat wanted the technical director role, and Don Raul, who likes agents, decided nah, and this man left. So it was a bit of a power struggle, and the owners, they went out. They didn't come back. They didn't leave anyone in charge of the club, and they weren't taking care of the club. And by the time they realized it, Don Raul's earned some few bucks from the Pepe deal, telling us to telling the Stan Kroenke and his son to tell us that he's it's time to be excited, or for big things coming to us. So it was ridiculous, man. In my opinion, they're finally getting their senses right. And if you look at it, for example, we just hired Garlic. We just got a new. He's the new contracts guy, right? And he has Premier League experience and whatnot. So it's I think we're gonna see improvements now, and I think they just washed their hands off, regardless of who was at fault, because there was Arsene Wenger's bad decisions there. There was Unai Emery's, there was Ivan Gazidis, there was Don Raul. There's so many people at fault here,
Yeah.
and including, I think, even the son of the Kroenkes, Josh. I think he was allowed to play around with Ivan Gazidis and them, and yeah, man, it's sad, but what are you gonna do, bro? I think now I think we should also have the same mentality with these guys, with the board. They've changed the whole thing, and hopefully now we'll see some value. I mean, we did manage to sell Emi Martinez for 20 million. I know we
Yeah.
got a bit lucky with some of those decisions, but the fact that we even sold, we even let go of Messi Ozil and whatnot. I mean, we would have paid them that amount of money anyway, for example, in terms of buying them out. I think we're making the right decisions. They're showing that we need players, so this is what we need to pay for to get in players, because we had too many players. We had
Yeah.
32 players in our squad. So they told the board, let's do this, and we try and reinvest the money here. Let's do that and do this. And I think we've done that really well. So hopefully it's positive signs that things are starting to change. I mean, we're about to talk about Martin Odegaard, and I think, Callum, even you would be slightly excited. You're Mr. Positive after all. So I think even you'd be slightly excited with the Martin Odegaard deal, regardless of how fortuitous it was. How lucky, maybe,
Mm.
how we kind of stumbled upon it, right?
Well, I don't really. I'm a little bit excited, tiny bit, because I don't really know. I've heard that good things about him, but it's until I see him play, I can't really. Because there's been times I was excited about Pepe. Pepe. I was so excited, and
Mm.
I want him gone as well. I want him gone, and Odegaard hopefully comes in and he can help Smith Rowe in the creative front. Give us that extra bit of creativity. So we'll get onto that anyway. But yeah, I'm
Mm.
a little bit excited to answer the question. A little bit excited.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So Zoom, I mean, okay, let me give it to Callum. I mean,
yeah.
during the Wenger period, he used to make a lot of profits, even though the Emirates thing kind of gave us some losses, but we used to make some profits. And now, like, it's loss after loss. Like, we bought players for 190 million and we've gotten zero. So you really do think Wenger was the guy who was holding the team together?
No, I mean, even with Wenger, we did, like you said, we managed to sell, but uh, for example, some of the places we put ourselves in, uh, not for example, paying off or securing Alexis Sanchez or Mesut Ozil to a deal, and then having to be held at ransom, essentially, like Callum would like to say, by Mesut Ozil. So that was part of Arsene Wenger. I mean, no matter how good Mesut Ozil was, I never thought we should have kept him. I didn't care what kind of statement he would have said. It would have made to the public. Mesut Ozil was, in as much as he was decent, he was amazing in one season. There was not any reason to give him a £350,000 deal. You give that kind of deal to a striker, you don't, and a striker who's proven like a top scorer. So, for example, like an Aubameyang, I don't mind giving him 350k. I know it seemed like a bad idea recently, but he was getting chances last season. He was getting in
Yeah.
front of goal. That's why he got those goals. He was being clinical with the little that we fed him. But now we weren't creating any chances in that period. And now look, we started creating chances with a bit of rhythm. For example, against Newcastle, and he banged. I mean, Thomas Partey played and he changed things up. So that's the kind of striker, that's the kind of player you give a £350,000 deal. So Arsene Wenger has his hands dirty, maybe to a lesser extent than Ivan Gazidis and them and Don Raul, but he still has his hands dirty. This is his squad. He's the one who signed Granit Xhaka. Why? I mean, even if Granit Xhaka was about to be sold for £18 million to Borussia Mönchengladbach, not
Yeah.
Borussia Mönchengladbach, Hoffenheim last season in Jan, when he told the fans to f off, that was what we would have gotten out of him, despite paying 35 million pounds for him. We would have sold him for 18 million. That still would have been a loss. So it's bad decisions all around, and it's just the poor squad planning. And I'm happy that at least we're seeing, the right steps towards better squad planning. I mean, Arteta said the first half of the January transfer window is to get guys out. The second half, if there's something happening, then we'll jump on it. And I think it's coming true. So I think there are reasons to be positive, man.
Yeah, Carl, I mean, back in the day, you used to get Vieira for like 100,000, sell him for good money. Henry, same. The likes of Fabregas, same. We used to like buy these players of Van Persie. I think it was like 3 million or something, and we sold him for close to 20. So clearly, Wenger was definitely like the shield to this board. The board is now getting exposed the last few years.
Yeah, he was the shield. You know what I mean? He took a lot of the blame back in the day. That's why near the end of his reign, he looked ill because he took so much responsibility. He didn't look well at the end. I felt sorry for him because everyone blamed him for everything, even though he kept us in the Champions League every single season with poor squads. Yeah, we almost won the league in 2016. Was it the 16 season when Leicester won it?
Yeah,
we almost won the league. Yeah, do you know what I mean? We were fed up. We were 10 points off, but we still almost won it. We could have won it. Do you know what I mean? And then since he's left, we went downhill, and it showed how bad our board is. And there's no process. But now, I'm not saying the word process because it is a PR word. Do you know what I mean? To get everyone excited, process. You know what I mean? But I think we're getting rid of all the crap that's been stinking out our club for years. Even Bellerin being taken out the side. Jesus, out. Oh, he's the catalyst. Also, is the catalyst of it all. He is the king of. The king of piss. He's the king of piss takers. You know what I mean? Because I'm so happy he's gone. I'm happy Sokratis is gone. Kolasinac will probably stay because he's on loan, and he'll be back because I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Schalke are gonna go down. Yeah. I mean, they are going to go down. Sorry, they're not going to stay up. Yeah, they've been bad this season. So he's going to come back and stink out our club until we can get the balls to kick him out. Because he's not here. He's not Ozil's bodyguard anymore. And Ozil's not there anymore. He might go Fenerbahce, you know. So I'm so happy. Seriously, I'm so happy. These players.
I'll never forget the way we got rid of Ramsey on a free deal, and then the very next season, after some very poor performances. Zoom, you'd remember we were linked to Ramsey again. And these guys actually, they had the nerve to say we want 20 million from Arsenal when they took him from us for free. That's just poor business. One season later, they're selling him to us and we gave them for free. Bad business at Arsenal. But I'm hoping those were the last bad piece of businesses at Arsenal because Zoom, we are here now. Martin Ødegaard could be a good deal for us from Real Madrid. He's played for Real Sociedad before. Could he be a good deal for us? Will he come to play alongside Smith Rowe? Will he come to play in front of Smith Rowe, ahead of Smith Rowe?
I think I don't know about whether he's going to come in ahead of Smith Rowe because I think he's going to be guaranteed game time, but I think there should be a good enough plan for him. Maybe he gets the cup games or maybe even the Europa League games for now, or maybe a substitute appearance, and then he shows what he can do. But because I think what Arteta's trying to build to is, a place where we can pass the ball in between the lines of opposition defenses. And I think he could be a good signing. His stats suggest that stylistically, at least, he should be good because last season in La Liga, he managed the highest amount of passes into the opposition box, but only behind Lionel Messi. So I think technically and in terms of that ability, is good enough. But whether he'll be able to adapt to the intensity of the Premier League is a completely different story, especially with rumors that Zidane apparently kept him out of the team because there was a time he didn't track back for a few games. And you remember what Arteta had a similar issue with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and even Dani Ceballos, but he managed to get them ticking. So there is reason to believe that Arteta should be able to give this guy the right motivation. And I think also this is the biggest stage, you know. La Liga is not as big a stage as the Premier League. There's going to be eyes on him. He's going to want to put himself on the shopping window. Whatever happens, if he works hard and plays well and connects with his teammates, it will be good for him because maybe it impresses Zidane. If it doesn't, Zidane's not in the best position in Real Madrid right now. His teams are fighting for fourth. You know what I mean? So the fact that Real Sociedad would have been strengthened by Real Madrid by them sending him back to them to Real Sociedad is a bit of a weird one, right? Real Madrid have fallen off. So in my opinion, I think he's gonna have some decent performances from us. At the very least, it's not like a Denis Suarez, guys. Remember those? Remember those?
Jesus
I mean, come on. Denis Suarez was just a couple of years ago. We signed him in 2019, January, if I'm not mistaken, and he was injured, and we paid a £5 million loan fee.
I was so excited as well. I was so excited that we signed this guy.
Yeah.
But Callum, there's a time, like between 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, we never used to get players on loan. I don't remember one, but it came to a stage. That time we had lost 8-2, sorry for reminding you, and we were desperate, and we got Benayoun on loan. And we also got Karlstrom on loan the following season. And Denis Suarez has been mentioned. We never used to get players on loan, but recently a lot of loan deals. The Cedrics, the Pablo Maris all came on loan before they were bought. So are you happy with this? Do you usually like this loan deal kind of way, or do you like buy the player for once?
No, I think this is a good deal because obviously we've got a number one targets, but either Aouar, I mean, in the summer, and obviously we can't get him now. January is hard to do deals. You know what I mean? You've seen it. So just for cover for Smith Rowe, isn't it? It's just so we have something different that can play in that number 10 role. So, but you saying that you don't track back, that scares me because when I watched him on YouTube, he looks very similar to Ozil. If he's cut from the same cloth as Ozil, he can go back to Real Madrid. I don't want him.
Well, you know what he does offer, right? Is at least like Callum said, it's for cover, man, because he can play the number 10 role. He can also play the right wing. So, for example, if we need to rest Bukayo Saka, you know, he can come in. If we need to rest Gabriel Martinelli or Aubameyang, he can come in. If we need to rest Emil Smith Rowe, he can come in. And you now have a combination. I think that's the most important thing, you know. He's young. He's playing with other young guys as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of excitement. I think that's the most important thing for me. That we're signing someone that we know is proven and you know, he's done it at the highest level. He just hasn't gotten a chance. It's not like, for example, signing Isco. Remember just a couple of weeks ago, we almost signed Isco, apparently, according to some newspapers. And if Isco would have been a more disappointing signing for me, at least, because he's a bowler, but he's old. He's 28. Sign him on a loan, right? It's not exciting as signing maybe Martin Ødegaard. And I know it's very unlikely, but I really do hope there might be an option for an option to buy at the end of the loan.
I reckon
So the thing is, remember Real Sociedad. What gives me hope that there might be, and I think that's why we're negotiating now. What gives me hope is that he was about to go to Real Sociedad. All the credible sources confirmed that he was about to go to Real Sociedad. But then, you know, when Arsenal were alerted, and because we have good dealings with Real Madrid, we called and we got him. Arteta spoke to him, and the appeal of the Premier League is exactly what, you know, it shows. It shows, like, even when Real Madrid are falling off, these guys could add that option to buy. And if they do that, that's because it's more attractive to play in the Premier League if you do well, especially if you're getting game time.
Yeah.
You You'd rather
So
play Premier League, no matter what. You'd rather play
mhm.
Premier League than play off the bench at Real Madrid. Real Madrid's not that big a club anymore. It's the biggest club in the world, but the appeal of
Not
the Premier League
anymore.
is just too strong. Yeah,
Plus, he's not Spanish. He does not have any homesickness of staying in Real Madrid or stuff like
exactly,
that. So,
exactly.
Callum, what I'm wondering is, every single season we are linked to a Madrid player. I don't know if you've noticed the last 20 years. Benzema, Real Madrid player.
Oh,
Higuain,
Benzema
Real
is the
Madrid
one.
player.
I
Ozil,
remember
we ended up
Benzema.
getting Ozil. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember Benzema. I remember him for years and years. It was Benzema, Higuain, Benzema, Higuain, Benzema.
Yeah.
My God,
And then we
Yeah.
never got him.
We even
bro.
printed shirts.
Even Di Maria. Apparently, when we were trying to go buy Di Maria, we were told that Di Maria is in the manager's plans. The person who's available is Mesut Ozil. So we could have actually gotten Di Maria.
I
And it
would have
just kind of
preferred Di
shows.
Maria.
Yeah, same. I think I would have too, but at the same time, I can't lie. I used to love Ozil for his let's just say shithousery in terms of the way he plays. With the nutmegs and whatnot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
watched
but
him
at
in
the
the
same
2010.
time, yeah, at the
I watched
same
him in the
time though,
2010 World Cup. He was very good.
yeah, I mean he was, but even at Real Madrid, he was more of a baller. It's just one of those streets we'll never forget kind of videos, with his
Yeah.
highlights. Um, so I just remember that it's good times now. We're signing players that make sense with the context. Remember, at the same time, this isn't a Mikel Arteta in the 2019 market or in the 2018 market. This is Mikel Arteta in the Corona market. He got Corona himself. You know what I mean? And we're seeing all kinds of losses and negotiations and doubt of even playing. Like there's so much uncertainty. Even if you do go out and invest money into a player, right? What's
Yeah.
the likelihood that you're gonna get that money anytime soon, considering or benefits from the ROI anytime soon, considering football could be cancelled in a couple of weeks or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's scary, but at the same time, it's understandable. And Odegaard is the best I think that we can hope for right now.
So for Real Madrid, as we were talking about Benzema, Higuain, Ozil, even Adebayo moved from Arsenal to Real Madrid. So we have a good, as Zoom said, we have like a good relationship with Real Madrid. So out of curiosity, Callum, which Madrid player would you want to come to Arsenal if you had to choose any of them?
I don't even know because they're so poor right now, aren't they? They
Mm.
are poor.
Mhm.
I don't even know. But I think I would probably say Ødegaard because I've heard good things about him. Do you know what I mean? Even though he hasn't played much for them, but Zidane don't like him.
Yeah.
I probably would have said him because I play FIFA Ultimate Team, so he's on there. You know what I mean? So I know him
Yeah.
too a little bit more. So yeah, I'll probably say, man, we got him. So or even Benzema. I think Benzema's a good player, even though he's quite old now.
Mhm.
He can finish. Jesus, he can finish. And I think he's
Yeah,
a
he's
better
very,
finisher
very
than
good
Lacazette.
striker.
Yeah, I think he's better
Yeah.
than Lacazette. So
I still can't believe they won the World Cup without Lacazette and Benzema. Zoom,
nah,
which Madrid player would you get?
It would actually be between Marcin Odegaard and Valverde, because I think Valverde would be the perfect partner for Thomas Partey. To be honest,
Yeah.
he's young, he's physically strong, he's quick, he's a dribbler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have been the perfect fit for our attack and our midfield. He would have been much better option than Granit Xhaka. And you've seen how Granit Xhaka just, he's decent and he's helping Partey quite a bit. Now, if you get him someone like Valverde, I think he's a baller, and we wouldn't even need a number 10. We just have an extra man in midfield who can do a number of things. That's the good thing with these Spanish league players, La Liga players, is that they're all ballers. Look at, for example, uh, David Silva. Go all the way back to Kun Aguero. I mean, Thomas Partey recently. Everybody's a baller, no matter who plays here, who comes from which country, or they're all technically gifted player. You know what I mean? It's fantastic in my opinion. So it's just a matter of that intensity. You know what I mean? David Silva, he was small, but he was aggressive, and that's because of his mentality. Ødegaard, not really. Look at Nzonzi, for example. Nzonzi, because he wasn't that aggressive, he moved from the Premier League to La Liga. Thomas Partey is aggressive as well. I mean, we just have it. It just depends on your grit, and that's my concern really with this kid. Is he gonna get with the Premier League? Because look at Kai Havertz. I think that's a perfect example. He's 21, right? And he doesn't look like he can be asked, to be honest. I don't care what's going on at Chelsea, but nobody really takes the ball away from him. They more like nick it, you know, just like a little touch, and they have it. So it's when you look at, for example, Emil Smith Rowe, he works so hard off the ball, but at the same time he's aggressive. No matter what, he's pushing you back. Bukayo Saka, I mean, fantastic. He's super strong, and he knows how to use his body well. So that's the kind of player you need. You need to earn the right to be creative in the Premier League, in my opinion. If you look at the people who are actually succeeding, Kevin De Bruyne is on his way to be a legend. David Silva, a legend. Cesc Fabregas, Premier League legend for many. And I don't like the fact that he might even be a legend for Chelsea. But all these midfielders, they're all bowlers, but they have that grit. So it's really important.
Awesome. So a couple of days ago, I did a video of how Arsenal could line up with Ødegaard. I'll put it on screen. If you want to check out the full video, it will be in the videos section in the description. So I'm going to ask you guys what you make of it. Callum, I'll start with you. I hope it's clear on screen right now. What did you make of that? Do you think that's too deep for Smith Rowe or something like that? He's next to Partey as the holding midfield.
That looks like a team. Other than holding, but, you know. That team is wicked. I mean,
you can make a few changes. You can replace Ronaldo with Ryan on the bench, and then your dream, Callum, bring back Bellerin for Cedric, maybe.
Oh, nope.
Holding is our best right-sided centre back at the moment.
I think. I know we don't have. I prefer David Luiz. Maybe he's a bit slow on the ball, but he gives us something different. You know, he can hit them balls over the top. So that's the only person I think I'd change in Holding. So I think Holding has a bad mistake in him, and he showed it multiple times. So that's why. That's the only person. But other than him, that team is wicked. I'll definitely play that team.
Zoom, do you think that's too deep for Smith Rowe? Do you think he can work in that position, and to leave Partey in the middle by himself, too much exposing?
Yeah, I think it's a little exposed. Also, I don't think Smith Rowe is the right fit yet. I mean,
okay, by the way, this is the lineup when we are playing the likes of Burnley, not City away.
Oh, that's an interesting factor. I like what you did there, Glenn. I really like what you did there. Then but I wouldn't even play Lacazette in my opinion, because if we're playing what do you call him, Ødegaard and Smith Rowe, I think we have enough there to be able to break down a team with some cute passes, and Aubameyang would find himself not needing to come to the ball. He would just keep making runs. I mean, we've seen so many moments where he makes runs and we just don't find him. Lacazette makes runs and we just don't find him. I think the strongest, in my opinion, would be Aubameyang up top and Gabriel Martinelli on the left. Bukayo Saka on the right, and maybe keep David Luiz there. But against Burnley, against Newcastle, against these kind of teams, this is just fine. But you know, when we're facing some of the other teams, I think you have to have Granit Xhaka.
I mean, he's Callum. He's made it even better. Like, he's put in Martinelli. We're surely winning the league this season. Forget about 3 years. We are definitely winning the league this season. So, watch-wise, I'm worried for a couple of players on that bench down the left side, Callum. Those players are at the bottom, because if we have that squad, we've already gotten rid of like 6 players. But at the bottom, Ketia, Nelson, Willock, Niles, El Neni, Willian, even with 9 subs, they can't make it, unfortunately, because we already have space for 9 to 10 players ahead of them. So
I don't think Willock or Eddie even makes it into the under-21 squad. They're not good enough, man. They shouldn't even be on the bench or nowhere. They shouldn't be nowhere in the lineup. They should be giving the water to the players. Giving them the players, the ball boys.
Yeah, I'm really worried about them. So do you think at least 2 of those players should be loaned out? Between those 6, El Neni, Willian, Niles, Willock, Nelson, Ketia. At least one
I
of
think
them has to be loaned out this transfer.
I
We have
think
many
three
competitions,
players.
though.
I think 3 players need to be loaned out. I
Yeah,
think Ketia needs to be loaned out. I think Willock needs to be loaned out, and I think
yeah,
Nelson needs to be loaned out. I
yeah.
don't think they're the right quality to play for Arsenal. I don't think they're mature enough, and I don't think they're ever going to get mature enough, to be honest. I just don't see it. There's always some signs of life with some players, you know? And
Yeah.
the fact that someone like Emil Smith Rowe, who just came back, could bench Willock so quickly, who was way ahead of him. Willock was ahead of El Neni, ahead of Nelson, ahead of Nketiah.
Yeah,
He's the all-time top scorer for Arsenal in the Europa League, apparently. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he was
yeah,
getting games. He was getting games. So the fact that this guy could come in and bench him so quickly, he didn't even have to play Europa League. He just went straight into the Premier League squad. That tells you
yeah,
everything that you need to know about Willock, in my opinion. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's 3 players that need to be loaned out, but
Mm.
all of a sudden we have a I don't want to say we have a decent bench, but it's just we're not
Yeah, by the way,
exactly.
looking at that bench, all of a sudden you can bring on Shaka when you have a 2-0 lead. You can bring
Yeah.
on the likes of Martinelli or Lacazette, as you said, from the bench to score some goals. It's
Mm,
looking very, very good even for a few months. And you have a lot of competitions now. That shows you that we had too many players, because that's 11 on the pitch and another 14, 15 on the bench. And imagine if you added Sokratis
mm.
there, Kolasinac, Ozil, Balagan. We have like literally
Please.
3 different teams with like 4 different goalkeepers. Matt
Yeah, I
Messi
just
also left. Yeah,
yeah, I
sorry.
just want to add something. Apparently, we still need to let go of one homegrown player.
Willock.
One
Yeah, I think
homegrown.
apparently we need to let go of one at least before we can make another signing. No, before Odegaard can start rather. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Goodbye, goodbye, Bukayo Saka. Then 30 million pounds from Chelsea, and we sell. Yeah, you wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if
right.
Chelsea did with Arsenal. Both did that. Can you just imagine? I'll actually stop watching Arsenal if they did that. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
final topic we're going to talk about. By the way, guys, Ødegaard hasn't signed yet, but he's definitely going to sign. The last topic we're going to talk about is Southampton against Arsenal on Saturday. The first time we are having an early kickoff in years. I don't remember the last time we had an early kickoff like that. So, Callum, Southampton against Arsenal, the first of 2 meetings in the space of 3 days. What are you expecting from that game?
Well, I'm expecting a win. I mean, I'm expecting actually a strong side as well, to be honest with you, because we want the winning momentum to keep going. We want to keep winning and winning games. And yeah, I'll play quite a strong side. And if we play a strong side, we'll beat them. And we will easily beat them, I think. So yeah, win.
So Zuma just did a preview with a fan of theirs, and we were talking about their game against Shrewsbury. And they had such a changed team. I only recognize like 4 players from that team. So if they do play that team, we'd beat them. But they're expecting to have Ings back from illness. They're expecting to have Bertrand back, supposedly because the other backup left back is Bertrand is suspended for the league game, so he has to play in the cup game. Kyle Walker-Peters will play, so they will have a good team. Our coach could start for them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you're also it's gonna be one of the few early kickoffs on a Saturday that you're gonna get for a while once Europa League comes back. So,
Yeah.
for sure, I think we like I said. I think, for example, the list that we looked at right now. Thank you for that image. If that team essentially plays against Southampton over the cup weekend, then I think we should have more than enough to beat them, especially because I saw that team as well, that Southampton squad, and yeah, they're resting players, so you know where their priorities lie as well. But at the same time, do we expect them to rest as many players? I think they're also going to have a nice mix of Premier League, at least maybe subs or whatever. But the priority should be the Premier League. Simple as that, in my opinion. We have the most FA Cups. We need to do whatever it takes to get back into the Champions League. And sorry, just to finish, it's we're playing Southampton, then we're playing United, then we're playing I think Wolves and them lot. So it's gonna be a very tough run until the end of February. So Arteta is gonna need to prove that he can manage the squad well, in the same way that, for example, OGS does for Manchester United. So that's where we need to prioritize. And even if we go to penalties or whatever, it's fine. Just go.
Yeah. FPL Focus, Graham, thank you for being here. It says, Arteta, Edu, fantastic decisions. Yeah, Edu, fantastic decisions. Third best Brazilian to play for Arsenal after Santos and Denilson, absolutely. RK Sweetie, thank you. I'd imagine Hondre and Writer within those pages, 100%. Yep. So in case you're wondering, I don't know if Callum had seen the team and anyone in the chat. I'll just have you guys covered. So this is the Southampton team that played the other day. And literally, the goalkeeper, Foster, second goalkeeper, Stevens and Benarek, apparently they only have 2 fit centre-backs. So they have to play both games. Vokins, left back, never heard of him. Valerie, right back, been injured throughout. Ward-Prowse scored another banging free kick again. Dangerous player. Diallo, I've seen him. Chalk at right wing, never heard of him. Watts at left wing, never heard of him. Lundulu up front with Long, just seen them coming from the bench a couple of times. Long, of course, doesn't have the legs these days. And that bench, so many youngsters. So if they put that team against us, you definitely expect Arsenal to win. And you can afford the likes of Nketiah starting. So Callum, I'll start with you. Give me a starting lineup. What your starting lineup would be if you're the manager tomorrow.
Play Leno in goal, obviously, because I don't think he's. Huh?
What about Matt Ryan?
Yeah, but I don't think he just signed. He signed. I don't think he'd be ready. Is he gonna be ready?
He's ready. Look at him. Doesn't he look ready? Doesn't he look ready?
If he's ready, if he's ready, I'll play him. If he's ready.
Yeah.
I don't think he.
We'd done the deal. Apparently we'd agreed. We started talking to them a week ago. So I think he'd have been training. And we already saw pictures of them training, right? I think he should be ready, Callum.
Well, play him. I'll play it.
Or maybe, Callum, before sorry interrupting you again, maybe he means play Leno in the FA Cup and put Ryan in the Premier League. We didn't let him finish.
No way.
That's what you mean.
No way.
I'll play Ryan and see how he does.
Yeah.
I'll play Gabriel, bring him back to redeem himself against sent off against them early in the season. David Luiz, I'll put next to him. Right back, I'll put Maitland-Niles. I will not put Bellerin back in this team. It's time to get him out. Yeah, so Maitland-Niles, let him redeem himself and play on the right side and give him some confidence. He just came back in the side that other game and he played on the left side. So I'd give him a chance. I'll say put him right back. Left back, it's got to be Tierney. Or even Chambers right back. Sorry, I'll put Chambers right back. I forgot we had Chambers. I'll put Chambers right back. And I'll put Tierney left back. And I'll play Partey in midfield with maybe a Lenny next to him. I'll put Smith. We'll have to play Smith Rowe in a number 10. I'll play Aubameyang on the left. Because Aubameyang, now he scored them 2 goals. We want the scoring to keep going. We don't want him. So if he scores a couple today, he must score a couple Tuesday. Keep scoring. So play him left. I'll put Pepe on the right, and up top Martinelli. But I don't think he's going to do that. So I'll play Martinelli up top, or even play Aubameyang up top and put Martinelli on the left.
Very strong team. Very, very strong team from Callum Zoom. Very, very strong team. Now, for me, I don't know whether you'd say Callum is Mr. Positive, but me, when it comes to injuries, I'm Mr. Negative. Like, I don't want to see Tierney anywhere near that squad because I always think about it. If that injury pops up again, we are in trouble. So I'd leave him home. I wouldn't even have him on the bench. I'd leave him home.
Yeah.
Aubameyang, I'd leave him on the bench. Saka bench, Martinelli bench. Martinelli would start for me, sorry, because he didn't start last time. Smith Rowe bench, and they'll only come on if there's an emergency, like 2-1 2-1 behind the last 10 minutes, then you can bring them on. I mean, we have so many players. So will you give a chance to Willian and Ketia maybe?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I don't really care about the mix, to be honest. But if I were to add any kind of first team flavor to that starting 11, it would be just to give them minutes for the ones that are coming back from either injury or COVID issues. So, for example, Gabriel Martinelli would start because I'd want him, to get some minutes in so that he could be ready and fit and raring to go for the Southampton game. That's how good he is. I don't forget that. And I know Lacazette's been playing well, but I'd rather see Aubameyang up top than Lacazette. He's just, you give him the chances, he'll score. He's not like Lacazette. Remember, Lacazette missed a header against Newcastle in that 3-0 win. That's just Lacazette. He can make those kind of mistakes. So in as much as he'll be good enough for link-up, we also have a bit more creativity. If we're playing Aubameyang and Martinelli versus Southampton in the Prem, and Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe, I think Aubameyang is going to get chances, and everybody's playing so well overall. So Gabriel, for example, he'd start for me because, like Callum said, we could get him going so that he could come into the heart of the defense. I think he was so good, and this FA Cup would be a chance for him to just prove it as well. But the more minutes he gets under his belt, the faster he'll be ready for the Prem, just in case we need him. And yeah, like I said, Kieran Tierney, man, no way he should be playing anywhere. He should be wrapped in cotton wool and left at home. You know, his wife telling him, "Nah, you chill. Yeah, you chill. Whatever you need, I got it for you. Seriously, just don't move." Because Arsenal players get up, they walk up the stairs, hamstring out for 3 freaking weeks. You know what I mean? Oh my days! A guy sneezes, Theo Walcott. I'm out for 6 months. Holy crap, man! It's ridiculous.
It scares me. It scares even that party. I'm okay with party.
It is. No, I'm not okay with party. I'm not okay with party. No, I'm not okay with Partey. He got his 60 minutes against Newcastle. He can come off the bench just to give him that extra 20 minutes. He can come off from the bench because he'll be useful in attack. He'll be useful in defense. Simple. That's how good he is. That's how good that guy is. He's a class above all the midfielders that we have, and to be honest, might be even a class above all the players overall that we have. To be honest, he's just such an intelligent player. So him, I think, if we're going to get anything, if we're going to have any good performances in that run, Thomas Partey is going to have to be playing every single game. If he doesn't play in one game for one reason or the other, no matter how serious or how easy it is, we might not. We just don't have a good enough chance as we do with Thomas Partey. Simple as. So Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey, those two players, don't touch that. Don't touch that squad. Leave it.
Yeah, even the comment about the wife, I don't want the wife near him. I don't want anyone near him. I want him to be safe, COVID-free, stay away from everyone, and come for the game on Tuesday. So the lineup on screen right now is what I'm going to field. That's I'd put Leno in goal, but that's before we signed Ryan. So Ryan will be there, and then at the back I'll have Gabriel and David Luiz. On the right, I'll have Bellerin. Did you say Bellerin on the right, Callum? Or Chambers?
Chambers.
So okay, Niles on.
20 times.
I'd have Niles on the left. I'd have Shaq and Elneny in the middle. Lacazette as the number 10. He played there in the Europa League. Played very well. Scored a cracker at home. I think I don't remember the team. And then Martinelli on the left, Pepe on the right, and Ketia up front. I know you're not fans of Ketia, but again, I do not want to see Aubameyang anywhere near this team. Aubameyang will be on the bench, Smith-Rowe, Saka, Tierney for emergencies only. As you can see, Thomas Partey is nowhere there. He is home. I don't care that he comes back to Ghana just to rest. Get him far away from that team. Ranasson will be on the bench, no problem. Leave Leno at home. Willian can come on for the last 30 minutes. Willock, Nelson. But I wouldn't want to see the likes of Willian, Pepe, Nelson, Willock all starting, because last time they did, we struggled against Newcastle and we almost went out of the FA Cup. So, no, not again. Prediction, Callum?
I think it would be 2-0.
2-0. Zoom was actually suggesting extra time.
No. I don't think it's going to go to extra time. I think, wait, actually, this is the FA Cup game. Never mind. Actually, we could just go to the extra time because we saw how the previous lineup played against Newcastle in the FA Cup. So we needed to be saved by the young guns, Emil Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka and them. So yeah, I think we could expect a very tight game, maybe a 2-1 in my opinion, because I think we're still gonna have a right mix of informed players. So we'll see. I don't really care. For me, it's just another day to just go work and come back and chill, and there'll be an Arsenal game on. It's like good times. Whatever happens, I'm not really bothered. FA Cup, Europa League, those are the most important things because it doesn't look likely that we're going to get the Champions League. I know it's a weird season, but I just don't think it's weird enough for us to be in the Champions League by the end of the season in the Champions League spots. But at the same time, Europa League, we need to field as strong as possible a squad every single game. Benfica is not going to be an easy game in the Europa League. It's going to be a very tough game. Those guys are ballers. So we need to be very careful. And the rest of the Europa League, by the way, that's where all the league leaders are right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, except even Manchester United, for example. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we're playing teams that are in form, that are looking up. Yeah,
it's physically sick at the moment you mentioned.
Yeah,
you mentioned top and United at the same time. Makes me sick. I need to get out of there very quickly.
Don't worry about it, man. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get them out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Not
so for me, I think we're gonna win 3-1. In fact, if we play the same 11 and Southampton play the same 11 on Saturday as the one on Tuesday, I actually still fancy us more in the FA Cup. I think we still have this thing for the FA Cup. We can actually beat them 5-0 in the FA Cup, and the same teams play on Tuesday and we lose. But I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. They're going to rest players.
Just a quick comment. I think we're going to have a strong enough lineup to beat them comfortably as well versus in the Premier League. Because, we were so poor. We're piss poor against them in the Premier League the last time they came to the Emirates. So I think it's gonna. I mean, and they drew with us. We had a red card. Nketiah gave an assist. That's how poor we are. You know what I mean?
Aubameyang scored a goal.
Aubameyang scored from open play. Like it's ridiculous. But at the same time, I think we should have more than enough. I think they're facing a different kind of Arsenal. To be honest, I think they're facing an Arsenal that can move, that can pass, that can dribble, that can shoot. I think it's different.
That has a new goalkeeper, that has a new player coming from Real Madrid. So it's looking very, very good times. And thank you, Colin, for coming on again, man.
It's all good, man. All good. It's good to be on, Appreciate it.
Awesome. I think next week will be like on deadline day or something. That's Friday. I don't know, not quite sure. Zoom. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. It's good times. Let's see if we can get this deal over the line. Maybe we finish off the day with an Arsenal win and Ødegaard a new signing.
Awesome. So, guys, we didn't cover Ozil, but that's because we've talked about in the last 3 weeks. But by the way, still an Arsenal player is not yet signed for Fenerbahce because of COVID restrictions. Ødegaard is about to join Arsenal. Sokratis' contract was terminated. All the best to him. We also talked about Arsenal letting players go on a free every single time. Ryan has joined Arsenal, the new goalkeeper. So things are looking very good. I'll put the links for Callum's Instagram and Zoom's Instagram and Twitter in the social media section in the chat. And we'll be joining you guys every single Friday with the 49 Invincibles podcast. Thank you, everyone in the chat. RK Sweetie, Graham, Lewis, and everyone else who watched. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe. I'll catch up with you guys later.